what if I told you that you are currently missing out on about $20 a day of free passive income that you could be generating with something you probably already have at home, which is going to be none other than a laptop or a computer? Well, even though I can't see you through the screen you're watching this on, which is probably on a phone while you're sitting down doing some of your private business, I definitely do think that I got your attention. In today's video, we're going to talk about a new free app that you can run on your computer to generate some passive income. Now, it's not exactly new, but they haven't done enough marketing so that a ton of people are already in it. And like most of these things that I talk about on this channel, I try to be as early as possible because early bird gets the worm. When there's like a cake this big, if you're sharing it for 4 people, you're gonna get 4 huge slices. Now, let's say 100 extra people want some part of that cake, you're gonna get a tiny slice. So given the fact they haven't really started aggressive marketing yet, there's currently only a small amount of people eating out of that cake, and that's where you guys are gonna come in and make that passive income. Hey, what's up peeps? It's your boy Marcel, aka Smolcam. I hope you're doing well today. I'm wearing the Revlot Gentis just because, I mean, I can't go wrong with it. You know, it's a nice, cute watch. But how about you say we get into it? So I mentioned you're gonna need a laptop or a computer at home. Any of those are gonna work. They're just gonna maybe earn different amounts. If you have a full like gaming computer, you might earn a little bit more. If you have like a work laptop that's made for Word or Excel, you'll earn a little bit less, but still earn some passive income. And that's because you'll be running Tari on your computer. Turn your computer into a money machine. Put your device to work earning Tari Gems. The more gems you earn, the larger your Tari airdrop. Now in this case, airdrop isn't being used as the like Apple iPhone airdrop feature where you can like send a photo or a video to a friend that's close by. It's being used in the sense of cryptocurrency. So, and if you're new to this whole world, I can already sense you're about to click off the video, but please trust me and give me a couple minutes to explain. In the world of cryptocurrency, airdrops are a way for a project or a company to reward early users, early supporters of what they are building. And they come in the form of cryptocurrency tokens, meaning money that you can then swap to USDT or dollars if you'd like. And just to give you a little idea, I talked about a different airdrop called Grass maybe a year ago. And I think they actually paid out at the beginning of this year, and I got a couple $1,000s. So these can be immensely profitable, and the crazy thing is most of the time with airdrops, you don't really know when they're gonna happen, right? You don't know when they're gonna distribute those rewards to those early supporters. But in the case of Tari, they tweeted just a couple days ago, Tari mainnet is launching on May 6th, 2025. Now that's in just over a week from posting this video. And for my crypto peeps, you know what this means. For people that are not really used to cryptocurrency, they're basically launching their own blockchain. Like Bitcoin has its own blockchain, Ethereum has its own blockchain. They're launching their own blockchain. And in order for people to actually like run transactions on said blockchain, they're going to need to pay what's called gas fees. It's basically like a tiny little fee every time you want to send a transaction. For that to happen, they're probably going to have to airdrop these tokens to the first users. That's just a way of making sure that people already have tokens in their wallets that they can actually run transactions and don't necessarily have to go buy them somewhere on an exchange and then transfer them to the wallet, which makes adopting their blockchain a bit more complicated. So I do believe that the first airdrop for Tari is coming May 6th. Okay, so from that little explainer, you might have understood that they're building their own layer 1 blockchain, that they're going to have an airdrop, which can be wildly profitable. And they say they're a revolutionary new cryptocurrency, fast, safe, and so easy to use that your grandma could do it. And that's pretty true because I had a couple people around me with low computer knowledge try to get this on their machine, try to install this on their computer, and they were able to do it in under an hour. Now, if you're more computer literate, this takes like 5 minutes. They claim no crypto experience needed. Tari is for everyone. Tari Universe is the easiest to use, most beautiful mining app ever created. Now, this is also kind of true because if you've ever tried to mine crypto, most of the time the dashboards and the way you interact with like how your machine's running and stuff looks not like a normal app. It's lines of code, it's a couple buttons that might be buggy. You might have to like play around with it and stuff, and their app is as simple as it gets. But I'll show you that in just a couple minutes when I walk you through how to set it up. Scrolling down some more, you can see the universe powered by you. Now they're obviously talking about the layer 1 protocol that they're building. That's proof of work, which means it is mineable, and that's what we'll be doing with the app we're going to install on our computers, is mining their cryptocurrency. Now, unlike something like Bitcoin, where the mining difficulty is huge because a lot of people are competing to get those Bitcoin blocks, their blockchain does not yet have a bunch, like as many at least as Bitcoin. I think there's currently just above 5,000 people running the software on their computers, which is very, very low for a blockchain that could be, in my opinion, something huge. Now, this isn't really relevant to me, but you can see that supposedly, like, Lil Wayne spoke about them, Paris Hilton, some other, I guess, online or in real life influencers. If you want to, like, if you think that's hype, good for you. Honestly, I don't care about that. I care about more like what's actually going on, what's being built. So remember this. They're not yet on what's called a mainnet, meaning it's not actually their full blockchain that's launched. So currently, they're in testnet. Now, a testnet is a pre-launch environment where users can mine Tari coins in a risk-free setting before the mainnet goes live. It helps stress test the network and ensure everything runs smoothly before full launch. Now, does that sound similar to something I said a couple minutes back? Simply put, early users are doing the work of stress testing what they're building, and they're gonna get rewards. How do I win rewards? Download Tari Universe, install it, and run it. Once it's up and running, register for the Tari airdrop game to begin earning rewards. And right before we download it, I want to make sure you understand what's currently going on. This is the testnet block explorer. You can see right here, there's random X, which is going to be none other than Monero's algorithm, proof of work algorithm. And that's not for any reason. If my memory is correct, it's one of the co-founders or like lead devs of Monero that actually like launched Tari, or he's a member of the team. And then you've got SHA-3, and their goal is to have it be 50-50, meaning like 50% of the blocks go to one algorithm, 50 of the blocks go to the other algorithm. And that ensures that people that don't have ASICs or these like insane computers can still mine using the power of their CPU. How about I show you how to install it, get it all set up and running so you can start earning that sweet passive income. The first thing I want to bring your attention to before we even create an account, sign up or whatever, is this right here. Notice for US users. So supposedly, if you're in the US, you should not be able to claim Tari. Except the exact same thing was said, I believe, for Grass, which most US citizens that did the Grass airdrop did not have any issues, because when they sent you the tokens, they didn't even require like a KYC, meaning they didn't require you to verify your identity. Anyways, you're going to scroll down a little bit and click the first link at the top of the description, because not only is that my referral link and I'll get some extra points for the airdrop, but you'll also be getting 5,000 extra points for the airdrop. Once you click that link, it'll bring you exactly to this page, but to the top right, it'll say log in to your account airdrop. I'm going to do it right now just to show you. Log into your airdrop account. You can either use Twitter. There's a couple other login methods like phone, Twitter, email. Personally, I'm going to go with Google. Once you've done that, it brings you back to this page. And then you can see this main button right here, download Tari Universe, start earning today with the Windows, Mac OS, and Linux logos, meaning you can run Tari on all those 3 operating systems. So you just go ahead and click on it. I'll open a new page and basically create a download right here, which is going to be a .exe. So it's an app installer. So install that .exe application on your computer. What that's going to do is install Tor, install Mintari node, and like basically like set everything up. At the end of the install, it'll prompt you to launch it, which is what we're going to do right now. If I open it myself, this is what you're going to see. So the first time you open it, you'll see all this go through slowly, a little bit slower than what you're seeing it right now, because you actually have to like download all those things and install them. But after a while, you'll see connecting to network peers, 0 out of 3. So eventually that will connect, and then we'll have to sync to the blockchain. Now, obviously, this one you can see, well, you can't see it because my camera's hiding it, but it says testnet right there. Once it's out of testnet, we'll actually have to resync to the new blockchain. And every time you close down the app or you turn off your computer and you restart Tari, you will have to sync to those blocks that you missed. Meaning this will take like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 30 minutes if you've got bad internet, to actually go ahead and sync to the blockchain. So I'm just gonna wait, sit back for a minute or two, wait for it to do its thing and start up. And there we go. We're all started up, and as you can see, I already have some in my wallet balance. I've already signed some blocks, so I'm already earning TXTM, which is their testnet XTM testnet token, right? But that's not important because that's not what we're gonna get when the airdrop launches. This balance will actually go to 0. What's important is these gems right here. These gems, if I hover the question mark, says get a Tari airdrop by collecting gems. The more gems you earn, the larger your airdrop. I almost forgot to say this during recording, but I caught myself while editing. This button right here that says invite friends, at first that will say join the airdrop. Don't forget to click on that while you start mining, otherwise it won't connect to your account and you won't be earning anything. So click on it, it'll open a browser page which will connect to the account you created earlier, and you'll actually start earning. Now, one way to get these gems is just keeping the app open. Even if your computer's 15 years old, you can still earn gems. But right here, you can see there's 3 buttons. I can go into eco mode, and that's obviously going to change my daily TXTM earnings. We are pool mining, which means you don't get like a full block reward at the time, at the moment. You can go to solo mining, but you won't be getting the gems that you were getting for the airdrop, which is pretty much useless. Now in eco, it's estimating 2,500 tokens a day. We'll go over some math in a little bit just to see like how profitable this can be. If let's say I'm not using my computer, I'm not working on it, I go to bed, I want to leave it on, I can go to custom, and here you can see like what I've got in my computer, right? I've got a 16 core CPU, and I've got an NVIDIA RTX 2070 Super, which is I think a 7-year-old graphics card. I mean, this computer is basically from 2020. It allows me to run like most games, whatever. But I can decide to say, okay, I want to give like 4 gigs of VRAM to this software while I'm sleeping, while I'm away, and I'll just give it like 6 CPU cores. There are little red dots right here. I would avoid going over those. If you don't know what you're doing, just keep it in eco mode. If you kind of know what you're doing, you can go ahead and have fun with custom mode. Just make sure you keep an eye on your hardware temps. I'm gonna go ahead and click on save changes. Now it is struggling a little bit because I am also using my GPU to record and encode this video, so this should be at a way higher frame rate. This was probably not the smartest thing to give it that much VRAM while I'm recording. But you can see that my estimated TXTM daily goes up substantially, around 1,200 tokens. And every time you hit a block reward, every time you get like one of these, you do earn more gems than just having normal uptime. Okay, so I'll go back into eco so we can keep on recording this video. Because now let's run some math. Let's see how profitable this can actually be for us once mainnet goes live. Because obviously the airdrop, we kind of have no clue like what one gem is worth, how many tokens it's going to be worth. So right now we're just like installing it, letting it run, hoping for the best to get a nice airdrop. But once the network goes live in about a week, if we're seeing the same kind of block rewards, this could actually be insane. Because if you take the price of grass, for instance, which is another airdrop that happened, we talked about it previously in the video, you can see that they've got a supply of 1 billion tokens. Now, the XTM, or basically the tokens we're mining with Tari, have a supply of 21 billion. So if we pull out the calculator, and we look at the fully diluted valuation of grass, which is around 1.62 billion right now, and we divide that by like 21, right? Because there's going to be 21 total billion tokens for Tari. So obviously, supply, market cap, all that makes sense. We'll take the price of grass, which is $1.62, divide that by 21. That gives us around 7.7 cents. While I'm recording, it's obviously struggling a little bit, but when I go into custom mode and I give it half my computer's power, I'm usually earning around 5,000 of these tokens a day. So times that by 5,000 tokens, that's $385 a day. Okay, that's a little insane, and I honestly don't think that it's proper math, because otherwise everybody's gonna jump on this and make bank, and then it's gonna become really hard to mine. Let's just say they launch at a fully diluted valuation of around $100 million, which is not an insane market cap to see for these launches. So $100 million market cap divided by 21 billion tokens. Bam. That would give us a more realistic price of just under half a cent. And if you're making 5,000 tokens a day, you're earning around $23.80 daily. With like, that's for my computer that's already 5 years old. So if you have like a more up-to-date computer, you could be earning even more. This is kind of insane. Furthermore, they've raised funds in their seed phase from some VCs that, if you're in crypto, you might know, such as Multicoin Capital, Panther Capital, Redpoint, Slow Ventures, Future Perfect Ventures, and I believe one or two more. Now, this was in February 2018, so they've already been building this for a while. I would recommend going and following them on Twitter because, well, as you saw earlier, they posted the tweet about the launch date on there, and they keep doing like tweets relatively often. Before I let you go and you get up from that gold throne that you're sitting on, I hope that you learned something valuable, and if you feel like you did and you might like start running Tari on your own device, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe down below and hit that notification bell to know when a new video comes out. On that note, it was your boy Marcel, aka Smolcom. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch y'all in another one. Peace.